ACIM Insights Lesson 155. I will step back and let Him lead the way. This lesson is comforting and inspiring to me, as it challenges me to strengthen my commitment and focusing on walking the way to God. After reading through it, I felt uplifted and assured that I do not walk alone. I always have with me a mighty companion and guide, who always guides me on the way to truth. My own job is to follow, not lead, not decide on my own what to do or what anything means. I felt inspired to accept the challenge to redouble my efforts to be mindful of my thoughts and attitudes. The path to God is a path of peace and happiness and unlimited love. It is surely worth the effort to pay attention to the diversions I have given time to and identified with, what interferes with my awareness of the path to joy that leads to God. The choice for truth is more clear and illusions are a bit more obvious to me. The choice becomes easier and easier as I am more willing to let Him lead the way. I am also reminded that this journey brings with it a responsibility, but not a burden. The responsibility is to all my brothers along with me, for we share one self. As I walk to God and become more and more aware of His unifying love, I become more and more aware of the love that joins me with all my brothers. As I walk the journey, I cannot help but share what I have learned and I am learning, because it is in the sharing that I strengthen it in my own awareness. Each time I share, I feel stronger. My light is brighter as I see the light in my brothers grow stronger. The light has always been there and never changes. But as I release myself from illusions of separation from the light, from illusions of darkness, I become more and more aware of the everlasting light that is my source. Today I hold Holy Spirit's hand and let Him lead the way to show me what is true and real, and give me His strength to lay aside the childish toys of illusions that do not serve me. I walk to God. Learning to step back takes willingness, practice, and patience. It takes remembering that what I have learned in the past means nothing. It means letting the Holy Spirit take over the reins. It means not deciding what anything means on my own. I have found this to be quite challenging at times. Many times I do not even realize I have retaken the reins and have returned to deciding that I know what something means, based on what I learned before. As soon as I notice it, my job is again to step back and move into a place of openness and receptivity to the Holy Spirit. In that quiet place, the Holy Spirit is always there, waiting for my willingness to step back again. Holy Spirit is the bridge that returns me to my true self. But to get on that bridge, I must be willing to step back, open my mind, and be receptive to the truth. This world is an illusion. My experience of this world depends on what I am looking for. If I am looking for separation, being an individual and having a private life where I make decisions on my own, I will find it. If instead I am looking for a return to God, a return to oneness, a return to eternal love, the way will be made for me to find it. This is my decision. What I seek for, I will find. If I choose to return to my source, to God, I must learn to step back. I must learn that all I have learned in the world means nothing. God's laws are not the world's laws. God's mind is the opposite of this world's thought system. I must be willing to let go of all the world's false ideas. This is what I find when I practice stepping back and not trying to make decisions on my own. The Holy Spirit always waits patiently for my return. Because the Holy Spirit knows that this world is just an illusion that is coming from the false ego mind, it just smiles when I think I have a problem. As I ask that my thoughts be purified, all the distress just seems to fall away. What was in turmoil now becomes calm. Worries are quieted. I'm able to see each situation differently. Only God's united love matters, and what does not matter is not my concern. All is well. There is nothing to fear. It feels like I have been lifted up and have been allowed to see the love behind the illusion. This is so comforting and reassuring. The truth is true and nothing else is true. All is entirely safe. All is well no matter what the appearances made up by the ego looks like. The real world is always there waiting for my willingness to see it. All is safe. All is well in the mind of God. When I am willing to step back and let Him lead the way, this is what I am shown. I am shown the reality behind the illusions. I am shown that there is nothing more important than being willing to do this more and more each day as I walk along the road of return to Him. I walk to the music of God. God sets the rhythm. God sets the melody. I walk in step with it as I follow the music. God goes before me, and I walk in that flow of harmony and love. God leads the way to God in perfect harmony and order, at just the right pace. The great dance of love and creation, each step as graceful as a ballerina in perfect balance, each step light, airy, vibrant. Yes, I walk to God today with a heart full of joy and tenderness, skipping to the beat of the way home. The melody encourages me to continue, and the way seems easier as I follow it. Yes, today I walk to God with God's music leading the way. There can be no greater joy than this. Every step confidently filled with love, joy, and peace. Every step filled with grace and gratitude. My goal today is to have that more frequent smile, the serene forehead, the quiet eyes this lesson speaks of. It's only with commitment and dedication to this course that I have the awareness that this goal is possible to reach. It is by the same commitment and dedication that I have learned that the only way to reach this goal is by stepping back and allowing myself to be led. I never realized before that I learned to accept and adjust to discomfort in my life. But today, even though I still have uncomfortable feelings, I'm learning not to judge situations, but instead to step back. And even though I don't always hear the answer, I'm learning not to come to any conclusions by myself. Sometimes I'm not sure where I'm being led to, but I know it feels good and only gets better if I just trust.